We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us out and birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tặng thịnh, bi thứ pháp hội cập nhật thiết chúng sanh, tịnh chuyên diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã mùng, như há liều sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạt lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed Noble and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sa Đan Tô Si Chế Đô Ye A La Hơ Đi San Miao San Pu Tô Xế. Nam mô Tạc Tạc Tha Tu Ya Đa Ya A La Đế Tam Biểu Nam Bồ Đà Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principle. Wu sheng 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 wei miao fa bai qian wan jie nan zao yu. 我今见闻得受持，愿解如来真实义。O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Jinglang, Great Master, is it Jinglang or Zhuge? Jinglang, Great Master YongHua, all good monks and nuns, and all good no advisors, Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨精良大士是父上人，各位出家人，各位善知识Emitofuo. Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Thanh Lương Đại sư, Tượng Tiên Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện sĩ tất cả như Đạo Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 4th of May 2025. We're here at DTT to continue discussing the Avatamsaka Sutra. We're on chapter 1 in the section that discusses the heavenly kings in attendance. This current set of heaven levels is the heavens of the Gandharvas, Gandharva kings. We're in the verses section. Today also is a very auspicious day for us. We just conducted our Vesak celebration, and for that I thank all of you for coming to join us in this Vesak celebration, and in particular I really want to express my gratitude for the many of you who've been supporting this effort, Vesak effort. Its flowers are gorgeous. I know a lot of work that went into the preparation for this, and I noticed some of the people who helped out actually stayed late until like 11, past 11 or so last night. So your hard work is greatly appreciated, and that's what is helping our community grows stronger and stronger. All right. Okay. This is this section of the verses that remind ourselves of the verses of this four-line Gatha. The colossal ocean of the world's distress and suffering is dried up by the Buddha. Not a drop remains. The thus come one's sympathy commands numerous expedients, pure eyes understands its opportunity. And so, where are we? Okay, so it says that the world, we started talking about this Gatha, this four-line Gatha here, where where we discuss on how the world is full of distress and suffering, and it's immeasurable. It's just so immense, as big as an ocean, and all of that, all the distress and suffering that all of us living beings are undergoing, is dried up by the Buddha. Not a drop remains. Okay, the Buddha's aspiration is to work hard until this ocean of distress and worries and suffering will be dried up. Okay, and how does it get dried up? Okay, is what he says. He says what motivates him is that he has full of chữ min. So he's driven by kindness and by pity for us. He understands how much we are suffering, a lot more than anyone else. You know, how is it possible that he understands more about sufferings than anyone else in this world? Is it just a sales pitch? Or is it just false thinking? And just like a lot of people say, they speak on behalf of God. God authorized me to do this. In the name of Jesus, I signed this check in the name of Jesus. Someone gave me a check a long time ago, signing his name like that. And I did cash it for $10 or something. He had to get Jesus' approval and a stamp or endorsement to write us check for $10. Okay. Anyway, and so when you hear these verses uttered by these Gandharva kings, they are spoken from personal experience, from the insights that are given, that are shared to them by the Buddhas. So therefore, you can rest assured they're for real. Okay, it's not their false thinking, their imagination, or they're going berserk. Okay, Wei Mountain, go ahead.
Hello, Master. Good to see you again.
Hello, me again.
That Mahasattva probably knows our suffering because he has been in the same position as us before.
Has been what?
In the same position as us before.
Same position as us before. Yes, that's correct. Okay, anyone else? It's not the same position as us before. It's not the same. It's not like he went through or experienced what we experienced before. Okay? How would he know about the depth and the incredible suffering that we have to undergo ourselves? Yes, 3. How is it possible? You see, I'm very careful about these things. These teachers who say a lot of things and say, really? You know what you're talking about? You know? Yes, 3.
So I thought we are all connected. That's why the name thus come one. So we are like one. They actually really knows how we feel. And we are part of them.
Very creative. Thus come one, he said, so we are all one. We are scaling new heights here in terms of interpretation of the Dharma. Let me remind you, let me explain to you, thus come one is Ru Lai, meaning, the meaning of that actually means that he comes according to the truth. He comes bearing the truth. So he's a very truthful person. And we're talking about, you see, in Buddhism, be very careful about this. The Buddhist practitioners as well, especially Buddhist teachers, we take integrity very, very seriously. We don't simply say things without checking and double checking and verifying things, okay? Especially as a teacher. And so therefore, the teachings, the advices must be authentic, must be true from your heart, from your experience, from your knowledge, not just false thinking and conjectures and so forth. Okay, all right. So No, it's not. We are not one. You may think you're one. The Buddha sometimes says, I have enough of you. Yes, go first.
Master, regarding to suffering, and Buddha went through tremendous suffering, so he can understand what we goes through. That on the path of the enlightenment, he was once went to the snow mountain and practiced aesthetics, practiced 6 years, and eat only one sesame seed a day for 6 years. So go through tremendous suffering. And
did you just lose your voice and you can't speak anymore?
so I think that's the very extreme already. So when you Buddha went through the extreme to show us that he have know what suffering is.
Okay, very good. Okay, you guys got all the right ideas. First of all, okay, here's what Buddhas and Bodhisattvas do that we cannot or we don't. Okay, Buddhas, they put themselves in the mud. They go where we go, so that they can experience what we are experiencing themselves. Okay? Bodhisattvas in particular, before they become Buddhas, they choose to go everywhere, to be with all sorts of living beings, so that they get to experience firsthand what kind of suffering they're experiencing. Okay, so if you are a living being in the hells, they would go to the hells and suffer with us. They really want to experience the suffering of the hells. Would you believe that? Okay, that's what Bodhisattvas do. They're not afraid of it. They want to know what it's like, the suffering that you're undergoing. They need to experience it, and they need to personally go through that themselves, so that they can really understand what it's like. Okay, and once you understand what it's like, then what happens to that? Your compassion grows bigger. That's one way to help you grow your compassion. Your compassion grows bigger because you understand more and more about the nature of the suffering. Does it make sense? So that's why when you practice the path we're giving you, don't be afraid that it's difficult. Don't be afraid that it is not easy at all, because that's part of the honing or refinement of your compassion. Okay? So I feel that personally, the more I suffer through this path here, the more I look at you, I can appreciate why you hate me so much. That kind of thing. Okay? Some of you hate me so much, this is inhuman. What you're making us go through is just inhuman. This is not real. You're unreasonable. What you don't realize is that we need to go through it in order for us to really experience it. Okay? Not just imagine it or just read about it. That's point number one. So it's a matter of degree of authenticity of a real personal experience, so that you can really understand and be able to connect with the victims, with the people who are suffering so much. That's very, very Buddhist spirit. Okay? We don't just sit in a tower, unlike my prior generation, the Sangha, where we sit on a pedestal. I come and offer us flowers and fruits and money and Mercedes and so forth. I feel that those times are gone. Okay, now we need to get to the mud, get down to mow the grass and get to the grassroots level and experience what you're experiencing, so that we can really slow down this decay of the world, this decay of Buddhism. There's so much suffering that's happening right now. It's getting worse day by day, not better. Okay? So the attitude shouldn't be that, why am I suffering so much? Okay? Instead, the attitude should be that I want to experience, like bodhisattvas, I want to see how difficult it is for you, how overwhelming it is for you. I need to experience firsthand, okay? Because I know that next year, a year after, okay, chances are that they will get worse. It will get worse for you, because this is the nature of the Dharma ending age. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. You may not want to hear it. You may not want to face it. May not want to admit it. But it's getting worse. And looking back on my life, I lived long enough to see that it's getting worse and worse and worse. Okay? But personally, for me, it's getting better and better because of the cultivation. So that's what Buddhas are doing. First of all, they went through our experiences, put themselves in our shoes so that they can experience our pain and suffering, so that when they talk to a prisoner, they know how tough it is to be a prisoner. Okay? How tough it is to be a teacher. How tough it is to be a nurse. How tough it is to be a father. How tough it is to be divorced. How tough it is to lose a child. The pain there on the mother is gut-wrenching. It hurts so much that she can't sleep. She cries uncontrollably. Unless you go through it, you don't know what it's like. So Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, they, on purpose, okay, put themselves in our shoes to experience what we experience, okay? So that they develop more compassion to see how difficult it is for all of us. That's point number one. Is that clear? Point number two is that, what's the point of knowing that? Well, the point of knowing that is because they can handle it. They're not scared, unlike us. We run away from trouble, we run away from difficulties, that this is too much for me. They are not afraid of it. They want to experience more and more difficulties so that they get to appreciate your difficulties more. Okay? And once they understand what we're going through, then the wisdom helps them devise means. Devise expedience, as in this verse here, on slide 50. He devises countless expedients or skill in means to provide relief, to fix our problems. That's what Buddhas do. And that's what you're being taught to do. You're not Buddhas yet, but you're learning more and more, okay, in the process. Step number one, undergo difficult training, okay? I'm the first to tell you, since day one, I've always asked you to do difficult things. Because when you are willing to do it, you improve faster and makes you a better man. A better man means what? It's not about better man, not in terms of being more famous, being richer, and so forth. Better man in that this man here has compassion, is kind, because he went through the difficulties himself and rose above it. That's why now he's in a better position to help it. So those of you, many of you made a commitment. After you went through these difficulties, you said, I know, now I'm past it. Now I could rise above it. Now I want to go back and help those people. Because I remember how desperate it was, that you feel like you just want to kill yourself. Life has no meaning, it's nothing to look forward to. Anyone? I have thoughts of killing myself too. Okay? Passing thoughts, albeit. But still, those thoughts are scary. And it's nothing compared to the desperations that many more people are experiencing. In Gaza, in Haiti, and so forth. And so that's why we hope through this difficult training here that you are even more determined to help more people and learn more experience, learn to open more your wisdom, open your heart, and be willing to help more and more people. That's what Buddhists do. Yes, Wei Mao.
Master, I'm a little confused. So if we want to be bodhisattvas and Buddhas by that line of thinking, wouldn't we maybe need to put ourselves into bad conditions or dangerous things to be able to learn how to deal with that sort of suffering? I mean, I think as people, and especially in my life, I have enough suffering myself, and the solution always remains the same, to get out of it. So why, if I wanted to be a Buddha at some point, would I need to experience something even worse than I'm experiencing now? And why would I want to put myself in that position?
It's so typical, you Westerners. You question everything I say. And I miss that. I wish you were there when Master Shua spoke Dharma like this, and you could ask him questions that I don't have to come up with an answer myself. What happened to his disciples? What happened? Why are you so much more insolent, if I can use that word? The Asians, they don't dare ask questions. They're too difficult. Okay, they don't dare ask too many questions. I personally love and welcome those questions. Okay, so thank you for asking a question, because it's exactly what I was thinking of, but I forgot to tell you. Okay, very good. Feel free to ask questions if there are things that are unclear to you. All right? Here I go again. I forgot what I wanted to say again. Oh, it came back. Okay. First of all, we are not bodhisattvas. Like it or not, we're not bodhisattva. I'm not a bodhisattva. Okay, I wish I were a bodhisattva. Life would be so much easier. You know, if I want anything, you use a spiritual penetration and make money appear, gold appear, move Fort Knox to Dharma Territory Temple. Okay, and so forth, which would be so much easier, so much faster. I'm not bodhisattva, we're not bodhisattvas. Okay? So therefore, we cannot do the same thing as the bodhisattvas and Buddhas do. So what is the nature of your training that is the equivalent of what they do? Okay? Here's what we do in our particular situations. Number one, your Chan training, your Pure Land training, your Tantric training, all the training is predicated upon you doing something more difficult, okay, than you normally do, more than you can handle. And it's training you to become tougher and not back off, not run away. As long as you're willing to endure and try to follow the instruction, no matter how difficult it is for you, if you add it long enough, okay, two things will happen. Number one, either in that process, your blessings that you're accruing in that process will help you overcome your difficulties quicker. Okay? That's number one. Okay? Number two is that you also have a lot of good roots, a lot of prior blessings. Maybe it's just need for you to endure, to tough it out so that they have a chance to mature. That's how you will rise above it. So this process here is very, very special process that the Buddhist patriarchs devised. I didn't invent it. Okay? The Bodhisattvas came to our world, and many of them are patriarchs, so that they devised this method of training, because they know that we are not Bodhisattvas. We cannot go and become a skunk. Okay? We cannot go and become a crocodile to help crocodiles. It's beyond our skills. But through this training here, you are trained to do things that are more difficult than you can handle, and help make you tougher by not running away. When you do that, then you will develop the samadhi and the wisdom, okay, to conquer your challenges. So far, so good. That's step number one. Meaning you develop the muscles, the power, and the wisdom. The muscles. Yes, you need to just, part of that is like working out. You need to experience difficulties. Okay? And your muscles will not grow unless they're stressed out. They experience minor tears. That's when they grow bigger. So you need to experience some pain and suffering before you could really grow. That's what's beautiful about you. When you're stressed out under the proper programs, the proper stimuli, you will grow. The trick is not to overdo it, because you break. Like a piece of rattan, okay? You bend, you build it, you bend it will bend, but you pass a certain, its breaking point, it will break. So the training there is ingenious in a sense. It makes you bend, but will prevent you from breaking, hopefully. If you do that, then your muscle will grow. In the process, at the same time, we also develop the wisdom to use your muscles. So it's dual process. It's physical and also spiritual. That's how the process works. So you see, so now in this training here, that the patriarchs devise, again, in particular for our case, it's a Wei Yang Chan patriarchs who devises. I didn't create it. I didn't invent it. I don't have to. I just use the same technology. That's all. Okay? So we use this training to train your muscles and your wisdom. Open your wisdom. That's a twofold process. Is that clear? So far, so good? And when you have that, then you're able to carry people on your back. Because now you have muscles. Now you can carry heavier loads and you can go further. And that's mimicking what the Bodhisattvas are doing. Within our means. We can't become a cockroach to help cockroaches, but we can help according to our conditions. And that's Buddhist training. Is it clear, Andres? Good question, by the way.
Thank you. Yes, it's clear. Thank you, Master.
You're welcome. Okay, remember, one hard question per day. Yes, you too.
Thank you, Master. You have, Tui has a question for you regarding the Vesak ceremony. Emitofuo, Master, can you please tell us the significance of bathing the Buddha? Are we actually bathing all the thus come ones who are adorned with pure wisdom, or is this just ceremonial? Thank you.
What? Repeat the question, please.
Can you please tell us the significance of bathing the baby Buddha? Are we actually bathing all of the thus come ones who are adorned with pure wisdom?
Oh, I can hear the thus come ones.
Ceremonial.
Okay, somehow the microphone, your sound when you pronounce thus come ones kind of sounds weird to me. Is that just my hearing? Or you couldn't hear either, but you have hearing issues. How about you? Okay, never mind. I'm just curious because we also have audio inconsistencies here at DTT as well. But anyway, be it as it may. Good question, and thank you for asking. The bathing the Buddha for the Vesak celebration carries very profound meaning. Okay? It's first of all, it is an opportunity for rejoicing that a great sage came to our world to make it better for all of us. So it's cause for big celebrations. It's a very big deal for the Buddhists that is such a to show our gratitude to the Buddha for coming here and bring so many great things for us. Okay? For example, personally, until I encountered Mahayana and practiced it full time, I was miserable. So the more I practice, the happier I become. It's getting better and better and better for me personally. That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to share it with you. Okay? Because if I could do it, so can any of you. The difference is that I spend more time doing this than you, that's all. Okay? I've done this, I've been doing this for a long, long time. Many, many lifetimes, mind you. Okay? But it has never been in vain. In Chinese, 不唐捐, whatever you do in the spiritual path, the spiritual endeavor here, is never in vain. Believe. Even you sit here and said, like the kids here sit here and they're playing, watching the iPhone, their cell phones, and listening to only half ear to it. It's still not in vain. They're planting the great seeds of wisdom in them, and so that's why whatever we do, I really believe this because I know it to be the case, that everything we do in Mahayana here is to your benefit, is for your benefit. I'm not foolish, because when I benefit you, I also benefit myself. So I stop worrying about benefiting myself. I worry about benefiting you. Okay? Because the more I can benefit you, the greater my own benefits. That's all. Okay? And so the wonderful things about this is that it's the Buddha's wisdom. He says, I show you a path of true happiness, of great happiness. This kind of happiness that keeps on growing, folks. That, for example, I just came here today to San Francisco, but the past few days I came to Go Force, and I will eat lunch with Yung, one of my disciples. Well, half disciples. The other half is on the other side of the tracks. And here's a man who's getting happier and happier. I've known him for about 15 years in my personal practice. I noticed that him coming from the other temples is a very unhappy man. When I first met him about 15 years ago, he and his wife were fighting like dog and cat. Okay? Now they're still fighting, but he's winning. She followed the Tibetans, he followed me half time. Think about it. For only half time, he now beat her to the punch. So I assure you that what I find fascinating about this path of Mahayana cultivation is it grows. It gets better and better. And if you allow me to make a bold prediction, okay? This man here in Go Force, oops, I should not mention your name. Please blop it out, okay? This guy here, okay, right now, he enjoys beating his wife. I mean, winning over his wife. Before, he was totally afflicted. She figured out all the buttons. She knows which button to push at which moment. That's why he always have to run to my temple and would meditate for 5-6 hours just to recover. He doesn't know that I know everything. And now he doesn't have to anymore. Now he pushes her buttons. Okay? And if I may, if you allow me to make a bold prediction, Won't be long before he gets rid of his wife. I'm kidding. Look at him. He disagrees already. He never agrees with me, by the way, until like a few years later. All right. The point is that the Buddha Dharma, the spiritual path in Mahayana, with this path, your growth is unlimited. Okay? That's why we rejoice of the coming of the Buddha. And we show our gratitude every year on this Vesak day here. All right? That's why we get together. Number 2, why do we bathe the Buddha? Well, to tell you the truth, we use this small baby Buddha statue. We leave it there on the altar for the entire year. We never wash it. So thank you for washing it for us. I notice many of you are washing from the fingers, from the head, from the shoulders, from the back, from the front. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay? And number 2, if we only leave it at that, then our Buddhism would be so shallow. Okay? Actually, the significance of bathing the Buddha is that why do we do it 3 times? We get the water and we pour on his body once, twice, and thrice. Why? It's to, yes, Wei Mountain.
Thank you, Master. I say happy birthday to Shakyamuni Buddha. I want to share with everyone, I've seen it rain on this day for the past 3 years in Los Angeles. So it's a very auspicious day, and the rain helped me verify it for myself that it's a very auspicious day. Very
good. Thank you very much. Maybe you should consider getting a Super Lotto ticket. To see, it's really auspicious. Yes, 4.
I'm taking a guess. It's 3 times it's for purifying our mind, body, and mouth.
Mind, body, and mouth. Good guess. Very good. But don't you think that purifying your body would be better by using soap? We didn't have any soap at all. Anyone else? Why do we pour it 3 times like that? Do you know? Yes, 3.
We also bow 3 times. It's for Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Is that?
No, we bow 3 times. Say thank you, Shakyamuni Buddha. Thank you, Shakyamuni Buddha. Thank you, Buddha. Okay, anyone else? You're right. Bow to triple jewel, yeah. But anyone else? Why 3 times? Really? We never explained this to you? Seriously? Never ever? Wow. Here I am, the last 20 years, teaching you about sudden enlightenment and Avatamsaka Sutra, and you don't understand why we bathe the Buddha 3 times? Huh? Oh, wow. Amazing. Anyone else would like to venture a guess? Yes, in the back, Koreans. They know everything.
Master, DTT Sanghas, a few days ago, we discussed about the why we debating Buddha 3 times.
Yeah.
So the times we decided reducing the greed, anger, and stupidity.
Exactly. Okay? We bathe the Buddha, we pour the water on the statue 3 times to symbolize cleansing our greed, our anger, and our stupidity. The three poisons. This is what Buddhist practices is about. They're all about purifying ourselves, shedding our greed, our anger, our stupidity. So every year during Vesak, we remind ourselves, for the coming year, I will even cleanse more of myself of greed, of my anger, of my stupidity. Does it help? That's the fundamental Buddhist approach. All right. No more questions? Yes, JMT.
와서 제가 원래 대답을 하려고 했었는데 서수스님이 대답을 하셨고요. 그러니까 삼진치 때문에 3번 한다라고 생각은 했는데 대답이 나왔고, 혹시 신구의 삼업을 청정하게 한다는 의미도 있는지가 제 질문이에요. 네네. 몸과 말과 뜻으로 하는 거, 신구의요. 네.
Hello, Wei Mountain. We cannot hear the Sarah.
Hello. Hi, Master. I was gonna mention about 3 poisons, but Sajjasunim already mentioned about that. So how about karma due to the body, mind, and mouth? Is that going to be the answer why we bathe the Buddha pour the Buddha 3 times with the water?
Yeah, we can purify the 3 karmas of body, mouth, and mind. You can do that too. Okay? But a deeper level is to purify our greed, anger, stupidity. Very good. Okay? Anyone else? Okay, next slide, 51. Pure eyes understand this profoundly. So this Gandharva king understands this. He has that kind of wisdom, thanks to the Buddha's assistance. Right? Next. The 10 directions, oceans of lands are boundless. The Buddha's light, wisdom light, shines on them all.
十方乍海无有边，佛以智光咸照耀。
Universally purifying evil and deviant views, King Tree's blossoms enters this passage.
普使涤除邪恶见，此树华王所入门。
Okay. Slide 54. The 10 directions, oceans of lands are boundless. These 10 directions are the east-west, the cardinal direction, east, west, south, north, and the intermediate directions, whatever. I think you Asians have different intermediate directions first, as opposed to us, okay, Westerners. But it doesn't matter, it's the intermediate direction that makes it 8, and then up and down add up to 10. So this symbolizes the all the directions, all the dimensions you can think of. In the sutra, the number 10 is actually a symbolic number. It represents infinite numbers. Okay, so that's why you always see 10 grounds, 10 faith, 10 position, 10 directions, meaning at all sorts of direction. Okay, in all direction, infinite dimensions, if you will. Okay, and in each of these infinite directions, the Buddha lands are boundless. So you have infinite times infinite, which is mind-boggling, if you will. Okay, so infinite is inconceivable anyway already, but infinite times infinite to the infinite is just mind-boggling. Don't even bother to try to understand. And that's the nature of our universe. It's infinite. It's endless. You can send space probes until the end of time, and you will never discover the confines of the universe, because it's really infinite. All right? And here Master YongHua uses an analogy to help us understand this concept of infinite here. He says, he uses it in our body, within us, are boundless already. It's a little bit difficult for me as a Western educated person to connect with this. I hope you Chinese people can understand it better, but I don't get what he's talking about. Okay, he says in the body is infinite. No, I feel the body is very finite. Whatever cells you can count is very finite. We're talking about the infinite 10 direction, Buddha lands in 10 direction. You're talking about really infinity, but the body you have there is not infinite. Okay, but anyway, it's such a large number we can't count. Okay, yes, Wei Mountain.
Master, could I ask, you mentioned that none of us are bodhisattvas yet, but many people have been certified to reach bodhisattva grounds. What is the difference between being a bodhisattva versus reaching?
I can't hear you. Could you repeat, please? I could not hear you at all.
You mentioned that. Can you turn down the volume? Mentioned that none of us are bodhisattvas yet, but some people have been certified to reach bodhisattva grounds. Is there a difference between being a bodhisattva versus reaching a certain ground, like 1G or 5G?
The difference is that you an American, are you the same as Donald Trump?
No.
That's a difference. We're talking about for your name to be mentioned in the Avatamsaka Sutra, you got to be higher than Donald Trump. You're super American. You're only an American. These Mahasattvas are something else. Next, do you see? This is something that I find it difficult to understand, because I only want you to see that in this case here, don't try to use numbers, use analogies. It's about the confines of your mind are limitless. It's only you, because you have a thinking mind that puts boundaries on that. Okay, but your true mind is limitless. And that's why we're here. We're here to help you use this conscious mind of yours, this thinking mind of yours, to go to your true mind of yours, which is limitless. The thinking mind is limited. if somehow we can convince you to follow the instructions so that you can graduate from your thinking mind to your true mind, then you understand limitless. But it's because you refuse, you don't believe, that's why you struggle with it. Okay? So, as long as you really don't believe, there's no point in trying to argue with you. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you that, count the hairs in your body, hair pores in your body, hair pores on your son's body. It's still finite. Will get you nowhere. Okay? How do you get there? To limitless? What is the ingredient? What is the secret ingredient to help you to go from where you are today, who you are today, to your unlimited self? Faith. That's all. There's no need to understand. My point when I mention faith here is that if these Mahasattvas, these Buddhas, are saying that there are limitless lands, Buddha lands in the universe, just believe. There's no way for us to measure it. So to make an analogy between that and the hair pores in your body, or what your supercomputer can come up with, or your AI can come up with, they're all limited. But your true mind is unlimited. Believe, that's all. And when one day you're able to get to your true mind, then you understand. That's all. Until then, don't worry about it. Until that happens, you can believe, because people like the Buddha himself used to be like us. This Bodhisattva here by the name, what's his name here? My goodness. King's trees blossoms. He's a Gandharva celestial king. He used to be like us himself. Now he believes. There are plenty of people who walked this path before us. Okay? And they came back and said, yeah, what he said is correct. What he says is true. Believe. Okay? So I will skip all these things. I want to preserve this for you to understand the logic here of how he taught his disciples versus how I want you to approach the Avatamsaka Sutra. This approach here is still limited, okay? It still has boundaries, and it doesn't matter. You walk this path, you never reach the infinite. And I'm teaching you very simple. Just believe. You get there a lot faster. Yes, sir. 9.
Hello. Sorry. We have a question in Spanish from Natalia Coaglia Barrio. So it goes, hola maestro, pero puede suceder que me vuelva aficionada a experiencias más difíciles y más duras en la medida que supere una y otra experiencia difícil, así seguiré sufriendo siendo más sabia. So she's saying,
muy bien, okay. And so, now translation.
Yeah, translation. Hi, Master. Could it be that I can get caught up experiencing more and more difficult things, overcoming one over the other, therefore becoming more wiser, but still suffering?
Yes, but you suffer differently. Before, for example, when you suffer, it's overwhelming for you. And you're helpless. The bodhisattvas, you learn to be a bodhisattva, and that's a promise. you walk this path, you become a bodhisattva yourself, you also suffer. But your suffering is educational for you. That's the difference. Ordinary people, they suffer because they have no choice. Bodhisattvas suffer because they choose to suffer in order to learn how to help us better. Anyone else? Okay? And so Master Hsuan went on and on about lands are boundless and so forth. The Buddha's wisdom light shines on them all. Buddha's is kind of cool. You can just imagine that the Buddha sits there. When you're Buddha, your light shines throughout the universe. Okay? Is that clear? Right now, because your mind is limited, your light is also limited. Very much the same way. Your faith is limited. You say, I believe you up to a certain point, okay? I believe you up to the point where I can understand. Whatever I cannot understand, I don't believe. What is that called? Limiting yourself. It's not our fault. You, in all your smarts and intelligence, choose to limit yourself. It's not us who said, that you're limited. No. We're telling you, you are limitless. And you said, yeah, it sounds good. But I don't believe you. You're too smart for your own good. So in Mahayana, let me remind you, we start first in Agama teaching, where we teach the Buddha taught you things that you can understand with your thinking mind. That's the starting point. Is that clear? That's fine. You don't need faith. You are smart enough to understand the Agama teaching. The Hinayana teaching, you can use your thinking mind. No problem. But once you graduate from the Agama, meaning you reach fourth stage Rahat and reach a certain what we call small enlightenment. Okay? If you want to go further, what happens? You need to let go of your thinking mind. What does it mean? You need to let go of it has to make sense to you. It works fine. Just to give you comfort that just simply, merely by using your logic, your sense of intellect here, you can really open your small wisdom. But if you want a big time, you have to let go of that. What do you need to do to let go of it? We're talking about letting go of your smarts, letting go of your calculation, letting go of what has always worked for you in your entire life. For what? For much bigger than you can ever understand with your thinking mind. The reason you cannot understand it is because your thinking mind says, I disagree. It does not make sense to me. I'm too smart for you. You cannot convince you. I won't go there. Just because I disagree with you. Therefore, in Mahayana, the only way for you to rise above your thinking mind is faith. It does not have to make sense to you. That's the only way for you to break through. You relied your entire life, you built your life upon your smarts, your logic, your experience. When you get there, if you really get there to the peak of that, You have a little bit of wisdom. You said, this is cool, but I look at other people, like Master Shinhua, like Bodhidharma, like Sixth Patriarch. In order to reach that level, you have to let go of your intellect. Stop demanding and make sense to you. That's a problem with worldly people. For such people, remember, you can't push them very far. Let them be. They are happy being Hinayana because they don't believe. So in Mahayana, we all have to go through that test. Do you believe or not? You don't believe, we back off. We never force it upon you. Okay? So we're not talking about Hinayana now. Even when you reach the 1G, okay, levels of enlightenment, first level, second level, third level, fourth level, it's still the same process. You have 3G now. We're going to throw a test at you. Do you believe or not? And many 3G says, no, I disagree with you. And that's where they stay. I'm describing you what we do to you. Why do you think you're there and people are surpass you already? Because they have more faith than you. That's the Mahayana secret, folks. At first, we are very patient with you. We give you time for you to discover what you're capable of. Using your mind, your thinking mind, correctly. Not the way that you learn in college, not the way you learn from the books. Okay? Using a thinking mind, you can open your wisdom. But that wisdom there is only small wisdom. After that, you have to let go of that before you can graduate to bigger and better pastures. Is that clear? So don't get a big head now. Some of you guys said you 4G. Some of you guys said you 1G, you 2G, 3G. And you say, oh my God, I'm the same as Master. I'm the same as a patriarch. Excuse me? You are 3G because you only have the faith of a 3G. That's your problem, idiot. That's what we call in Mahayana the truth, the brutal truth. Beat in the head, you idiot. You think you... That's, I'm being coarse with you. I apologize. I know I'm supposed to be flowery and magnanimous and gentle and so forth. But sometimes you're too stupid. I can't stand it. Sometimes I just want to hit you on the head. But I might kill you. I might kill your faith. So I can't hit you. Yes, for.
Can I ask, when you describe this face, is this more like face to your good own advisor, or face to the Dharma, face to Buddha? What
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. You are unreasonable. I gave you the Mahayana secret of why others are better than you. And now you say, so tell me exactly, okay, which one is it? You figure it out, you losers.
Yes, Master.
You experiment.
'Cause I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith.
That's cause of rejoice today. Okay, folks? We're celebrating wisdom here. The wisdom the Buddha brought to our world, folks. It's a big, big deal. The answer, it's a good question, but you... Unreasonable people, it shows you have no faith whatsoever. That's why you ask such stupid questions. If I tell you about faith, that's what differentiates the big boys from the girls, okay? I'm sexist, what can I do? It's my limited wisdom, okay? So what you do is you experiment, you idiots. I had to experiment. I ain't gonna tell you what I did. If I told you everything, you and I be the same. I can't be, come on. We are not the same. Get it straight, okay? We're never the same. Because I conducted a lot more R&D, invested a lot more into my R&D than you ever did. It fails so often. Research and development means that what is research and development equals failures. You fail so much that after a million times you fail, you're bound to get lucky once. Then you understand faith. That's Wei Yang training, by the way. Anyone else? Okay, very good. I don't know why I've talked like this today. How we got here? Faith and the Buddha light shine on all of them, now becomes faith? Yes, three.
Master, if we experiment, isn't that lack of faith?
No. You have to conduct experiments in order to learn. The Chinese, the Master YongHua says, you need to pass a test. I'm thinking positively. From my perspective, what I do to you is a test. Yes, it is a test. Okay? But if you only believe in yourself, like I did, because no one was alive that could give me a test. My master is dead already. And the other ones, his disciples, are not smart enough for me. I look at them and say, really? And you have wisdom? All right? So I had to experiment. I had to conduct R&D, do R&D in my own. That's it. Do you think that the 6 patriarchs spends all day teaching you? No, you have to earn the test. The test is a tip. You live in the 6 patriarchs temple. I wasn't there, but I can imagine how it works. You live your day, you go to the field, and you work in the field, you go to the kitchen, cook in the kitchen, you do dishes, mop the floor, okay? And then when the time comes, 6 patriarchs say, "Bleh!" And I say, that's why. You think he spent all day teaching you, watching over you? No, you have to earn it. Okay? Anything else? But it's fun. What these girls miss is that, the first part is that once you have 1G. I'm telling you. That's why I can't wait for you to get the 1G. Then it becomes more fun for me to play with you. Below that, you are the most boring people. I talk, but you don't understand. I yell and you run away. You're no fun. It's like I can't play with you. When I'm too rough, you call mama. Come on. Yes, Way Mountain.
I would like to just respond to the question about faith. I believe when we have faith in our good knowing advisor, somebody like Master YongHua, we are actually having faith in the Buddha and the Dharma, the Sangha, and it's all at the same in one. Because I personally know and talk to many people who supposedly have faith in the Dharma, in the Buddha's Dharma, but they don't listen to anybody. They don't listen to the second patriarch. They won't believe in Master's 49 days Dharma or Pure Land Dharma. So it's different.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, you. Hey, the sleepy one. No, you. That's okay. You come up. Come here. The two of you. Come here. Can we do something just for fun? Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Amigo. Yeah. Okay, forget it. Taiwanese, he's frozen. His legs are frozen. Okay, on this side. No. One of you each side. Okay. Bend over. Bend lower. Bend lower. Grab it. Grab this thing. At the base, yeah. Okay. Lift it up.
I believe I can
Okay, thank you. I actually, the whole day I look at Buddha is so lucky. You know, we all look at him in this beautiful thing. I said, I wish I could be there. I was wondering what it would be like to, Now I know what it's like. Thank you. Okay, where were we? Yes, WMT. I'm sorry, I interrupted your answer, your comment.
Again? Okay, Master. Time to go home, I think. I was saying that I believe if you have faith in your good knowing advisor, somebody like Master YongHua, then it's the same as having faith in the Buddha's Dharma and the Sangha. Because I know many people who supposedly have faith in the Buddha, but would not believe in the second patriarch or Master YongHua's 49 days or whatever Dharma you're talking about. Thank you, Master YongHua. We'd love to have you. Thank you. We're so lucky to have you.
Thank you very much. I don't know what she's talking about, but it sounds good. Probably a good thing. Anyone else? Yeah? Okay. Buddha's light, wisdom light shines upon them. Buddha's, he has incredible wisdom, and this wisdom here has a light. In Buddhism, we acquire wisdom so that this wisdom that we have emits light. Why is it important? That light there, even though you can't see it, actually can help you become less confused. Okay, help you see clearer. All right, and not only that, Buddha's light, that wisdom light, is infinite and goes and reaches all over the Dharma realm. All right? It's limitless. And this wisdom light here purifies evil and deviant views. How does it work? How can it purify evil and deviant views? Evil views, what are evil views? Evil is when, I'll simplify for you, evil is when you want to hurt or you want to harm someone. We're not talking about right and wrong here. If your intent is to harm someone, that's evil. That someone could be a good person, could be a bad person, could be Elon, which I don't know, good or bad, I'm not sure which one he is, and so forth. Okay? Hi, Elon. And so evil is, in a very simple definition, when you intentionally harm someone on purpose. You want to harm someone, and that's evil. There's no excuse for that. And so even Buddhas would never harm the devil, would never harm Satan, would never harm evil people. But if you are a Buddhist disciple, especially if you are a monk, and you intentionally harm someone, you are so evil. Cut it out, please. Number two, deviant views. Deviant views is a lot lighter, okay? But more dangerous because it's much harder to overcome, okay? Deviant views when you deny cause and effect. Cause and effect is that this, okay, is a cause, therefore you will have this effect. Meaning what? If you do good, then you have good results. If you do bad, you have bad results. It's immutable. It's undeniable. That's cause and effect. And deviant views are the people who said, there's no such a thing. Look at me. I've been scamming people. I've been selling Teslas. I get away with it. I'm the richest man in the world. There's no consequences of my evil things. I steal, I lie, I scam. I'm still successful. Therefore, there's no cause and effect. That is deviant because you may not see it yet. Okay, you don't realize you're rich today. See, you do something evil, scamming people and selling these EVs who will destroy all the people's children, fry their brains, especially when they're young. They're very weak. This big battery underneath the cars is extremely, extremely harmful to people. I can't take it. Every time I drive an EV, I get on EV, like I have a hybrid here, okay? I drive from Los Angeles up here, 5 hours, you know? I used to need several hours to recover. Not anymore, because I don't have time to recover anymore. I have to make sure that I don't have to recover anymore. So my needs are different from yours. But this is to tell you that my body, I have the skills, okay? And yet, I still needed 8 hours to recover. So now, I make sure I don't have to recover. That's a different thing, okay? But if you don't have the skills, imagine the kind of damage is happening to your body. That is so harmful. Okay? So the cause is you're causing harm to others. And you see, you observe here, I'm richer, I'm famous, I'm more powerful. You think, oh, there's no consequences. No, you don't realize here, because you're famous and rich and have many children, it's because you have something here, another cause for it. It's not this cause, it's another cause. That's all. Did I lose some EV? You can't win them all. But thank you for the Chinese food. You see, this is something that no one can escape. You do something good, you have something good. You do something bad, you have something bad. You're going to mix the two of them. Okay? No two ways about it. Okay? So that's why Buddhas, one of the very important jobs the Buddhists and Bodhisattvas do is to purify the evil and deviant views, because these are extremely, extremely dangerous. You have evil views, you have deviant views, you pass it on to your children and to your nieces and nephews and to your grandchildren. So be careful when I see children play with my novices. I said, does she have deviant views or not? Because she keeps on giving the kid sugar. Poor kid, he's so happy. Like an and she goes, there you go. So evil. Okay, time is up. Thank you, everyone. Can I just go to 63? That we've been to 63 and we stop here today. Okay, so basically here he says that Buddhas purify evil and deviant views. You know, the point I want to stress to you is that it's so important. That's part of the important work that Buddhists and Bodhisattvas do. They're not worried about fame. They're not worried about recognition. They're not worried about temples. They're not worried about, about money and all those things. What's important is that they go for the big things. The big things is correct your views. All right? And King Tree's Blossoms have certified to this. He became a Mahasattva by doing this. Okay? His job is to purify deviant and evil views. All right. Thank you, everyone. We stop here today. Have a great week. Thank you all for coming.